Thanks, Mel. Sid and I just reading about it here, just shy of his 100th birthday. He was born on June 10th, and Windsor Castle releasing a statement too, Sid.
Yeah, not a long one, but the Royal Communications Department have sent out the following. I'll read it verbatim. It is with deep sorrow that Her Majesty the Queen announces the death of her beloved husband, His Royal Highness, the Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. His Royal Highness passed away peacefully this morning at Windsor Castle. Further announcements will be made in due course. The royal family joined with people around the world in mourning his loss, marked the 9th of April, 2021. As Mel said, this story will progress throughout the morning here on Breakfast Television. We'll get more details, plenty more reaction, and Mel will have that here on BT all morning. But again, this coming down now. You know, he was in hospital not that long ago.
I think it was February, and then he was released, and it did say, as you said, he passed away peacefully at home. I remember he got in a horrible car accident. I think it was 2019, a couple of years ago, and he just had so much resilience. He was such a fighter, and you felt like he was somebody who was always going to be around despite his age. He was always so spry. So was the Queen. God bless her. I think she's mid-90s now.
Yeah.
So, and then, of course, there was that Oprah interview that came out with Meghan and Harry, and people were thinking, is now the time? Because I believe Prince Philip was in hospital then, and they felt as this, you know, insensitive. There was a lot of accusations, allegations, and we didn't know who was saying what. And they're like, is this the time to be talking about it with an immediate family member fighting for his life right now? And then we got the great news that he was released, and things looked like they were going well for him. So, you know, everyone's reeling here, no matter what you think of the royal family. I think you can, listen, I watched The Crown. Seems like a lovely guy, been through so much in the way he's portrayed there. The royal family say they feel that it is loosely based on events, but you know, he was there through all the good and all the bad. So.
But it's interesting. You see him there in military garb. He served in the British military from 1939 to 1957. Because we know so much about the Queen and Princess Diana era and a lot of other aspects of the royal family. Prince Philip was just he was there.
Yeah.
He was a patriarch in a lot of ways as well.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like that Meghan Markle interview. Not to always bring it back to that, but there was a ton of talk in the moment. What are you doing with Prince Philip and Piers Morgan? I don't care what you think of Piers Morgan. He made the point numerous times, and many people agreed with him. Was this the time? If you're going to do the interview, that's fine. With Prince Philip in hospital, is this the time to release that interview? And I mean, we could debate that up and down, but it's a big loss. It's going to continue a discussion of, I think, the role of the monarchy in that country, one that heated up considerably when the interview with Meghan Markle took place. But I think it's just time to remember an aspect of the family that we probably don't talk enough about in what he did. Served his country many, many years. And to be supportive with Queen Elizabeth, that must be a heck of a role. Look, they live nice. I'm not suggesting they don't. But that's also a very, very unique role that few people on
emasculating.
No, completely. Yeah. So let's bring Devo Brown into this again. The breaking news: Prince Philip has passed away, the Duke of Edinburgh, at the age of 99. Again, this just kind of happening right now. Diva, your initial thoughts?
You mentioned that he was in hospital, and they, you know, when they were talking about it before, we want to keep him for another night for observation. We're going to move him here for observations, and you kind of felt it. Sadly, you felt it coming, and you know, hearing that when we all kind of started buzzing about it here in our room, in our studio, it wasn't shocking. You know, in that sense, because you knew the health was declining of this person. But as you said, Prince Philip, behind the scenes, because we don't know all that much. I mean, just the everyday person that doesn't follow the royals, I think you don't know a ton about this man. As you said, you know, he kind of played a back role to the Queen. So to learn a little more about him now in his passing, I think a lot of people will. And the monarchy polarizing, right, for people.
And like many people around the world, this is a family member who has left this world during a pandemic.
Yeah.
So what we're used to seeing in terms of ceremony, I think, is going to look a lot different in terms of being able to pay respects. And, you know, who knows what this is going to look like for the funeral going forward.
Well, listen, I wanted, Dean, it's a great point before we throw to Steph here. This is a time where families come together. Family seems a little fractured right now.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting how this is handled. Devo, thanks for jumping in. It's breaking news. We appreciate it. We're kind of tiptoeing around here. Steph's got traffic. Steph, take it away.